then, you and I talked about securing the Strait of Hormuz quite a bit because you were talking about the very mountainous terrain, which would give Iran, it's also on the other side, but that's not the side where the fire would be coming from, on the Iranian side, the benefit of height. So how would ground troops be used in the Strait?
Yeah, so what you have en route is an amphibious ready group Marine Expeditionary Unit. It's a mouthful, and what that means is this is an incredibly capable force that can force itself on shore. And it's comprised of elements like this. This is a CH-53 heavy lift helicopter grabbing this artillery piece, which is an M777. This is what we call the beginning of an artillery raid. You take this thing off a ship, you land it where you want it to go.
So then you have artillery capability.
And then you've got counterfire capability within minutes. Also within that capability, these things called Amtraks. Incredibly capable. They swim, as you can see, and inside this is about 20 plus Marines. They will disembark to begin their missions. What also they have, obviously, is vertical lift, gunships. The Cobra is incredibly dependable, and also the Osprey, again, vertical lift. You don't need a runway. You can come off the deck of a ship, you can land anywhere, and then you disembark about 30 to 40 Marines.
There are 3 main nuclear sites, and I say main for a reason. Because we only know what we know in terms of where, say, enriched uranium could be stored. We know those, but if we understand it's in those canisters, it could be a lot of different places, and that would change the whole calculus for boots on the ground, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. First of all, look at the distance that we're talking of. If we had forces here, or if the U.S. came ashore here, and you were going to try to put forces there, now you certainly wouldn't have to drive up there. I mean, you could have some aviation airborne operation that dropped them in. But the challenge is these are monstrous facilities, and to your very point, the enriched uranium isn't necessarily here. It could be dispersed into military compounds, into somebody's backyard, into a garage, underground facilities, which are all along the mountains here. So if you get there, and let me show you the significance of this. This is Natanz. This is a monster facility. This would eat up ground forces. Marines would have to guard intersections. They'd have to be here. They'd have to go into each one of these buildings. Is anything there? And then once they get in a building, they don't know what they're looking at.
You have to clear it. You have to. Then there's what's underneath it, and then there's the other ones.
Who's going to come in and say, "Yep, that's radioactive," or "No, that's inert"? And that takes other experts to have to be a part of this endeavor. We did this in Iraq, the sensitive site exploitation mission. We did this in the early stages of Iraq. We found all those sites. It became very, very difficult. And every time we got one, we put experts in there to determine this equals something, this equals something.
想看最完整的新闻内容，记得下载 TVBS 新闻网 APP。